Hello, I'm Jacob Germany. I'm a student at Nottingham Trent University studying BA Media, and I've partnered with the Cadet Force Association and the university itself to give you an understanding of what it's like to work in the Cadet Force Association as a volunteer or possibly participate as a cadet. I went over and filmed for a weekend and I had a fantastic time doing it. It was brilliant to see the relationship between the volunteers and the cadets really strengthening, and it was fantastic to give something back. I was a past cadet myself. I was in the Cadet Force for 4 years. I was in the Air Force section. So when I was offered the opportunity to help out and give something back to the organisation in the form of filming for the Army Cadet Force, I jumped at the opportunity. I really wanted to do it. I thought it'd be fantastic. I'm going to tell you a little bit about my experience, about what I saw, what I filmed. So anyway, the weekend that I set off filming was absolutely freezing. It was a weekend in March, one of the weekends after the Fearsome Beast from the East. The Beast from the East had actually cancelled one of the weekends that I planned to film on. That was very frustrating. This weekend, however, was kind of like an aftermath. Temperatures plummeted to well below zero. The weather was definitely not on our side, but the resilience of the Cadet Force, the volunteers and the cadets themselves was frankly outstanding. It was really impressive to see these young people excelling in such a difficult environment. So anyway, I was driven to the area where I was about to be filmed, where there was a big exercise being planned for the day. Everyone was sheltering in this house out of the snow. It was sleeting at the time, and the cadets were quietly preparing themselves and hyping each other up, and the volunteers were planning the actual route and the exercise that was about to happen. After the exercise began, I was taken through to a space where I could watch the cadets getting into position. Something that really struck me was how structured they moved, how well they moved in a formation. And these were young people we're talking about. This isn't easy for them. They practice for a matter of hours a week, just for fun. And they were moving in such a way that they were almost like professionals. It was really outstanding to see the level of discipline they had amongst themselves. As they prepared for the exercise, as the exercise continued, I was told a little bit more about what it would entail, and probably easier to let my colleague explain.
Okay, so at the moment, a couple hundred metres behind us, we've got a number of about 16 or so cadets. They're going to patrol up the road behind me. We get part way up, and they're going to move across the open ground to the front. What we've got in this wood block here is a section ready to defend their harbour area. So they'll initiate the contact. The section that's been come under contact from the open ground should return fire, decide whether to either engage the enemy or move back, and they're going to move back down towards Stapleford Grange.
So in short terms, this field filled with like peacefully grazing sheep was about to be interrupted by two sides of advancing cadets. One was going to shoot from the wooded area and the other one was going to advance across the field and then be shot at and go through a retreat sequence. I'll let you see how the exercise itself unfolded.
Smudge! Smudge! Spacings! Spacings!
The ambush itself, which came as a complete surprise to me, was really well structured. It was obviously practiced well by the cadets beforehand. They knew exactly what they were doing. You know, again, I had to hand it to these cadets. The ambush itself was so practiced, so well composed. It was obviously very exciting for them, but at the same time they remained so calm under pressure. The way that they were handling weapons, it was so professional, and it really made me proud to be an ex-cadet. So the cadets were organised into sort of a hierarchical level.
We've got some which are on general training at the moment. So they've passed their 1 star, which means they've been in normally about kind of 18 months or so, but they're not quite ready to go on for their 2 star. They've only had a couple of months having completed it. So we've also got our chieftain troop, which is our senior troop in there, 3 stars and so on, who've been in for 3 years or so. So they're a lot more experienced, and you can see when you look at their skills and drills on an individual level, there's a bit of a difference in what they're doing.
So several of these volunteers that were helping the cadets on the day were actually active soldiers.
So I joined cadets at 12. I joined Bloodworth Detachment D Squadron. So they've seen me grow up. Their passion for it, their drive, inspired me to join the regiment that we were badged to, the Queen's Royal Lancers. I did that, and I keep coming back and share the experiences, because when I was a cadet, the Afghanistan war was at its height and there wasn't much chance for soldiers to come back. So what we do now is I organise, with the support of my regiment, the Royal Lancers, we organise teams to come back, and we share our experience. I bring junior guys to get them a bit of leadership development in this most unique of environments, working with young people. And it's awesome for the young people because they get to see things they wouldn't normally see. There's only so much that the ACF can provide, but the building the relationship with the parent regiment provides an outstanding opportunity for us to really interact with our home counties and the young people there. They're the best and brightest and the keenest and the most active, and it's good that we get to come and influence them positively, because a cadet can either leave cadets and go and join the army or one of the forces and they'll be good at it without a shadow of doubt. They'll be better than their peers, or they can go back into society normally and be super productive. They'll have had that extra experience they wouldn't normally have, and it's better off for everyone. And I think this is probably one of the best organisations in the country that give young people the life experience they don't get a chance to get anymore.
Kind of everything that's been said, I think it's absolutely wicked to get the regs down. It easily makes it 10 times more fun to have you guys down. For seniors as well, it makes the training a lot more interesting because it can gradually get a bit slower when you do get higher, which is kind of the thing. But with Chief, I think it completely jump starts your cadet career again, infuses loads of fun into it, and for the recruits as well, it's absolutely epic.
The skills you gain from the cadet force as a whole are alone, I'm sure, you can take into your lifelong career, teamwork, communication, everything that you pick up with cadets can naturally be taken into any aspect of work, I suppose. Even if you are going into the army or not, I think it still helps.
Like with the qualifications and skills you get in the Army Cadet Force, say your first aid training, that can really help you actually getting in towards it or even save a life.
Duke of Edinburgh, first aid, shooting around the world, if you get the chance to it. It's just awesome life experiences you can gain, you can take into career paths at university or wherever you really want to go.
Yeah, it's great for everyone. Right. So we're going to go over now to that wood block over there. In there I've got Lance Corporal Toyne and Sapper Hand, and they're doing a sniper capabilities lesson. And we'll take you over and you can see that. Adult imagination, they get them involved in the scenario, they start to believe the scenario, and then it engages. What if this, and I think about that, I see somebody over there doing that, and how does that interact with this? So that's a really good thing about this place. It gets people thinking outside the box, which it's always good to do. Right, so just through here is the sniper stand where Sapper Hand and Lance Corporal Toyne are currently. So we're going to go around from the front, we'll go in, and then we'll just kind of set up behind.
Really low air pressure, they're high up, it's warm, that's when the rounds can reach higher velocities. So it's better to shoot in a sunny, nice day than in a rainy, rubbish day. Right, okay.
All in all, the experience that I had with the Cadet Force was overwhelmingly positive. I was welcomed in such a great way, and everyone really showed their positive attitude, even though the weather was plummeting below sub-zero. I think at one point the thermometer built into my camera registered minus 14 degrees Celsius, which is absolutely crazy. The volunteers were great. They've really succeeded in building relationship between the young people and themselves, and I think it would be a really excellent use of anyone's time to volunteer to an organisation like this that works so hard to give the young people the skills that they require to succeed in any workplace environment. And if I was offered the opportunity to do it again, I'd definitely take them up on it. If anyone is considering giving their time to the Cadet Force Association, I would wholeheartedly support them.